going to be reacting to Lamont at Large, John Lennon murder location. I've always been a really big fan of John Lennon and the Beatles, so I hope you all really enjoy this reaction. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And only subscribe if you want to. So let's go check out the video. I'm reacting to John Lennon's murder location by Lamont at Large, one of my favorite YouTube channels. So let me click play in a second. Make sure everything's turned up. Here we go.
What is going on YouTube? Lamont at Large. Today I am in Manhattan on the corner of Central Park West and West 72nd Street, and I am standing in front of the Dakota. This is here where on December 8th, 1980, John Lennon was shot and killed by crazed lunatic fan Mark David Chapman. So on that date, December 8th, 1980, as John Lennon and Yoko Ono left their condo here in this building, they were approached by Mark David Chapman, and he asked John Lennon for an autograph. John Lennon autographed what he wanted, signed, and then he had later went on to a recording session, came back via limo around 10:50 p.m. and Mark David Chapman was here right in front of this building waiting for him. And as he got out of the limo and walked through this archway right here, Mark David Chapman came up and shot him twice. I believe when he fell, he shot him 2 more times in the shoulder. He was rushed to Roosevelt Hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. And this is where he was shot, right here.
Still horrible to think about.
Very, very fancy building.
Yeah.
So after he shoots John Lennon, Mark David Chapman calmly remains at the scene, and several witnesses that were talking to the police indicated that when Chapman, before he shot Lennon, he called out his name, "Hey, Mr. Lennon," to get his attention, and then went into some kind of a combat stance and fired his gun 5 times, but he ended up hitting him 4 times. He was later arrested and he was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. His defense attorneys, they tried to get some kind of an insanity deal, but he was found guilty minus the insanity part. But however, he was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison, but one of the conditions of that sentence was that he received mental health treatment while he's been in prison. He's been denied for parole almost a dozen times now. He does get to the parole board. He gets to stand in front of them and ask them why he should be released once every 2 years, and always getting denied. A fun fact, if you will, if you want to call it that, Mark David Chapman made an unusual deal with the prison where he's currently located, which is the Wen Correctional Facility in Buffalo, New York. So this guy is in solitary confinement, right? But he agreed to this. He agreed to be in solitary confinement as long as he gets to have 1 conjugal visit with his wife every year. So 1 day a year. In the correctional facility, they have kind of like what you would call like a mini prison house, and his wife comes there, and for 48 hours he gets to do whatever he wants. That doesn't sound right, though. With her, or whatever, how that works. It's weird. And he gets to do that once a year, and he's in solitary confinement. It's pretty weird. I've never heard of such a thing. Most prisons in America, it depends on each state, is different. They'll have like special programs where if you are married, I believe you do have to be married, and I do believe he is married, and his wife comes once a year, and they get it on, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Other than his wife visiting him, he gets visits from his sister, from certain clergy men or people, but for the most part, this man pretty much does probably have a job somewhere in the prison. The last prison he was at before, which was where he was transferred at before, he worked in the prison kitchen, and I believe he also worked something with the law library or what have you. But nonetheless, a tragic murder for a lot of fans of John Lennon's music. If you're a fan of the Beatles, I love the Beatles myself, and just, you know, a deranged lunatic at the end of the day. And he has a pretty sad life in prison, and hopefully he'll never get out. Yoko Ono, every time every time when he's up for parole, Yoko Ono is notified that he is up for parole, and she, you know, every time writes a letter saying that he should never ever be released from prison. And I don't think personally he's ever going to get out, because this guy's a very dangerous individual, mental illness to say the least. And when he gets out, I believe he will kill again. Anyways, rest in peace to John Lennon. Thank you for watching my vlog. I'll catch up with you later.
I really hope he doesn't get out of prison at all. I just hate that, because I've been a fan of the Beatles and John Lennon for years. And, like, when I was younger, I didn't really know much about John Lennon's death. And then I kind of read about it and watched some videos about it a few years ago. And it's just disgusting and sickening. It just makes me, like, I know people have mixed feelings about it. People that like him, people that don't like him. But look, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're famous or not. If somebody walks up, I don't care if somebody walks up to just a random person and shoots them. It's wrong. And people like that should just never get out of prison. My opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, other people may have other things to say about it. Like, well, what if they plead insanity, or what if they're crazy? I'm like, I don't care if they're crazy or not. You know what I mean? I think they should stay in prison, and if they are mentally unstable, they should get the help that they need for that. But they should still stay in prison, my opinion. And he does get conjugal visits. I mean, to be honest, I really have nothing against that. I mean, it's his wife anyway and some family. I'm like, well, but it is kind of odd to hear just once a year. But tell me in the comments, is it different for just different crimes people commit? Like, can some people get, like, more than, like, 3 or 4 visits or something? Is it that way for everybody that kills somebody? Do they only get 1 visit, or is it just a weird agreement that he was able to get? But thank you all for watching. That was really interesting, and I've been subscribed to Lamont at Large for a few months now. I've really liked his channel, and I've gotten a few requests from friends who like the same channel to react to a few of his videos, and he's been putting out new stuff this week, new content, and I'm definitely going to have to check some of that out too. But I also have a lot of requests that I've written down that I want to get to first before I get to everything else. I just love his channel because he's very descriptive. He does his research. He has a lot of information on every topic, and it seems like he really works to get credible information. And I love that about his channel. And I just love the way he tells stories, and the way he describes things, and the way he goes to those places to describe them. I just think it's great. You know, I mean, sitting at home and telling those stories is great too, but when you actually get to go to the places where things happened, I just think it's great. But thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next reaction video.